All right, so we're gonna hit some hip flexion stuff. So in this position, it's a nice figure 4-ish position. My back is against the wall, so if you can be all the way against the wall, sacrum too, so that flat part of the butt, that's what we're looking for. That's gonna be the spiciest way to do this. If you're like, holy hell, I can't lift from here, scoot your butt away a little bit, but you can still keep a nice long spine. You can have fingertips on the ground, but I don't want you pushing so hard that you lift your butt, so that way you're kind of coming out of this position. So from here, we're gonna keep the toes pointed up towards the ceiling. I'm gonna lift and hover over my block and then hover over this block. So we got 2 hovers going on here. It's gonna be a 30-second hover. Extra spice is just plastering your hands to the wall. That's gonna be really tasty. So let's get up nice and tall. We're gonna lift our leg, move over, tap down, lift, move back over. Oh my God. And let's just stay in this range of motion. Keep moving here. So when I go out to my widest point, I'm trying not to let my back or hip fall off the wall. Oh my God. We've got 10 more seconds. Oh my God. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That was really intense. Cut that part out. I saw that in one of my classes the other day. I was like, come on. That's not what we're doing here. All right, so we're gonna be hitting some hip flexion stuff from the wall. So if you if you have a really deep squat and you need a block or something to pull your leg a little bit more into this passive range, that's gonna be what you're gonna use this block for here. So when you try to move your knee towards your face, you shouldn't be able to lift from your object. That's how you know you're in your deepest range right now. So again, if you try to close this angle or try to lift away, I can't make space for my block, so I know I'm in a good deep range. So I'm gonna work one leg at a time, but you can always work 2 legs here. Same thing, you would just block your other leg up. When we're in this position, I wanna make sure that I'm in a deep position, but not too deep that my sacrum or low back and butt are kind of coming up off the ground. So we wanna make sure we're in contact here the entire time. So don't go so deep that you're peeling yourself up off the ground. And then something that I like to have for just a little bit of feedback is a weight or something to kind of just help keep you in place, because when you start your pails or you're pushing, it can be easy sometimes to just generate a lot of force and move yourself out of your deep range. So we want to make sure we stay there. So in this position, we're just hitting a few breaths, nice long exhales. We're just trying to get comfortable here. Again, we're just feeling where we feel the stretching and opening tissue. That's the stuff that we're gonna hit with our pails, so this kind of backside stuff. And then the rails is gonna be that shortened tissue pulling us deeper. So let's take one more breath in, nice long exhale, and then I'm gonna slowly start driving into my object. So from here, if you need to use your support, just make sure you don't push yourself out. I'm gonna start driving into my block as if I was trying to straighten my leg. I'm just gonna drive harder and harder. And now I'm reaching my safest, greatest effort, driving my leg down through the wall. I'm trying to straighten my leg or push myself away if I could, holding that for another 5, 4, 3, 2. You're just gonna reverse. Now I'm trying to pull my thigh closer to my chest, squeezing away from my block, and I'm trying to hold that for 10, 9, 8. You're trying to make space from your block here. Keep squeezing. 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly relax. If you made space and got deeper, you can adjust your block or scoot your butt down towards the wall a little bit. And we're just gonna relax here before we hit our second set. And again, we just wanna make sure that if we scoot deeper, we're not changing the angle of our back, but we're keeping everything nice and flat on the ground. And then we're just going into that breath work, nice long exhales as we get comfortable in our new space. And we're just feeling again, maybe we're a little deeper than we just were. Maybe we're feeling a little more open, and we'll hit our second set in just a second. So let's hit one more nice big breath in, nice long exhale. And again, keep that spine solid in the ground. We start driving into the block, trying to push ourselves away from the wall. Smashing the block, I'm driving harder and harder until I can't drive anymore. If you feel like you're gonna push yourself out, just use that counterweight to help hold you. We squeeze into the block for 10, 9, I'm driving my foot into the block, trying to straighten my leg. Keep holding that for 3, 2, you're gonna do the opposite. Try to pull away from the block, squeezing that thigh towards your chest, and you're gonna hold that, yeah, for 5, 4, keep squeezing. 2, if you made space, you're just gonna capture that new range before you go into your breath work. So again, if you got deeper, you wanna take advantage of that. Start that exhale. Again, we've got the spine on the ground. I didn't change to let my sacrum come up, so I'm just long here, getting accustomed to this new deep position that I'm in. Let's hit 2 more before we come out. All right, after your last breath, you're just gonna make your way away from the wall or just take the object down a little bit. So in this position, you should be able to move a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is take my block and I'm gonna pinch it in between my thigh and rib cage. So I want it to be close to my end range, so I'm just gonna wiggle it in here. And from here, I'm gonna go into a 30-second hinge, flexing it and extending the knee, but I'm trying not to lose my block. So what I don't want to see is that, right? My thigh shouldn't move away from my chest. I'm keeping my thigh blocked in, and now the work is just happening at the knee joint. So let's go ahead and find this hip as flexed as we can. I'm driving my knee into the block actively, even as I extend, so I'm just going as far as I can before I feel like I could take the block, and then I squeeze the heel back down. So even here, I'm driving the knee up into the block. I'm trying to squish it. I shouldn't be able to take it if I tried, and we're just gonna keep in this motion. So this resembles a nice deep squat. What happens when we have to push ourselves out at that deep bottom position? Good, keep driving that thigh up and squeeze. 10 more seconds. Keep driving, keep driving. If I tried to take this block, I shouldn't be able to. And relax. Whew. That is some spice up in there. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, do me a huge favor and click on that like button below. And if you want to see more content like this, click on my face right here to subscribe so you don't miss out.